last night / this morning, we saw Holton Ahlers make his pro debut. 4 for 4, some good runs, and a touchdown pass in his debut. And the proud pop, Morgan Ahlers, joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Morgan, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing fantastic, Clip. How about you guys? It's pretty Friday. Going to be hot this weekend, but sit inside, air conditioning, watch football. Life's good.
There you go. Can't complain about that. Morgan, I was kind of surprised you sent me a text message back at 12:45 this morning, last night. How many texts did you get around between 12:30 and 1 a.m. last night?
I will tell you this. I was playing in Washington, the Market Street Pub, and I finished about midnight. And I had my phone, my iPad out, was watching the game, and I knew that he had told me he was going to get in the fourth quarter. That was the plan going in. They were going to give Drew 3 quarters, and then Holton would get in the fourth quarter. So I knew that was going to happen. And he got in the game. I had a couple of text messages. And when the touchdown pass happened, I looked down literally within probably a minute. I had 63 text messages.
I mean, what a moment. It was awesome. You had your proud papa eyeball sweat tweet just for the picture running out on the field. So, man, I know you enjoyed that, Morgan. It was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was. And, I'm very proud of him, and as I am all my boys. But, Holton's he's really dedicated his life in the last 4 or 5 years. And his goal was he wanted a chance to play in the NFL. That's what he wanted to do. He had several goals that he wanted. One was to get East Carolina's football program righted a little bit and get it in the right direction. And that was one. I think they did that. And then one of the goals was to get to a bowl game. They did that 2 years ago. Unfortunately, didn't get to play. Then last year with the Birmingham Bowl, that was sort of just like, the icing on the cake, so to speak. And since then, it's been all just focused on, him getting better, learning, different things about the game and really studying the game a little bit at a different level. And he's had a great, 2023 as far as, the different bowl games he went to, then working down with QB Country down in Mobile, Alabama with David Morris, getting picked up by the Seahawks, being out there for, almost 2 months. And, he's just had a really whirlwind year and very proud of him. And he's gotten out there and he's just really immersed himself in the world of football. That's what he does now. That's his job. I'm very proud of him for doing that, and hopefully it will continue. He's just taking it every rep he gets. He's trying to take advantage of it every chance he gets to watch film. He's in there watching film. They're off today. He's at the facility today getting some PT and watching film. So he's taking it very seriously, and that's what you got to do.
Morgan, I love, it sounds weird to say that, I even like how it started, the fumble snap. I just felt like, all right, get that one out of the way, kind of a microcosm of how it went. It was never perfect. It was always tough. It was always trying to bounce back, fight through adversity. And after that happened, for some reason, I was like, all right, I think he's kind of calmed down now. Did you talk to him about that? Was that nerves? Was it his fault, the center's fault? What was the deal with the snap there?
I think they might have been off cadence as far as the snap count, and actually Snap was a new center that was in there at the same time. And if you watch it, I watched it again today on the actually big screen instead of a 12-inch tablet. It's kind of cool seeing it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But I watched it today, and it looked like he was moving back a little bit, and the guys were the line was moving just a little bit. The center wasn't moving a little bit, so. When you're pulling back and the ball's snapped just a half a second late, it's a boom, boom play. And he picked it up and tried to make something out of it, got hit. Could have been a whole lot worse, but, they came out and got down the field and ended up scoring.
And Holton Ahlers never been a fan of sliding. I know Mike Houston, and we talked to Holt a ton about that last year, getting down and saving his body for another play. He finished off his runs last night, Morgan. They were impressive runs, and he finished them off, giving a little boom to the defense.
Yeah, you can do that at times, but I really wish he'd learned to slide. I really wish he'd learned to slide.
Yeah.
And I joke in Little League and his baseball career, he never really slid much.
Yeah.
So, that's part of it. But he got out there, and not many people can say they were quarterback in the NFL. And one of his goals, and again, very goal oriented. He wanted to get that game jersey that he could take home and
awesome.
Say, hey, this is my game jersey from the NFL. Nobody can ever take that away from him.
Well, before we move, I got to ask you about the touchdown pass. So a couple ways you can look at it. He threw up a prayer and it was answered, or a back shoulder, and his receiver made a good play on it and made the catch and run. Did you talk to him about that? Was there anything in postgame? I hadn't seen any Pete Carroll or anything postgame. Any talk about the touchdown play and what happened on that one?
Well, I think what happened on that, if you watch that play, and I did today, I was kind of curious because initially I said, boy, that guy just tattooed him.
Yes.
You know, I think it was a linebacker blitzed and the tackle missed, didn't pick it up. And he was full speed, and Holton, I think if he'd have had another second or two, it would have been a long completion because the receiver was open and, was running around. They've been working on that play all camp. And, he was able to get it up. The receiver made a good, initially I thought it was like a wounded duck.
Yeah.
When you watch it for the first, but when you watch the replay of it, it was a little lofty, but it was still a tight spiral, and the receiver made a play on it. Somehow they scored a touchdown. It reminded me of Blake Prohl a few years back toward the end of the game here at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium. He was the same type of play. He comes back to the ball, and he jukes a few people, throws some people around, and scores a touchdown.
And it was great to see him coming up smiling after taking that hit. And it was a lot of fun. I went over to the Seahawks message boards and to see what they were saying. And they were loving Ahlers. They were loving the rookie that caught that touchdown. They were loving Bobo, loving all the new guys. And also said, this is one of the more fun preseason games I can ever remember as a Seahawks. So the fans loved it. It was an entertaining game from their perspective. And glad Holton Ahlers got to be a part of it. So, Morgan, what's next? Back to the grind, right? Now he's in it. He's got to get ready for a new opponent. Got a big week of practice, and he's kind of in the grind of it now.
Yeah, they have the Cowboys next week, Saturday night at 10 o'clock. I think that game will be on the ESPN network. Hopefully it'll be the Seattle broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of...
Apparently there were some technical difficulties with the Seattle broadcast, so they flipped it over to the Minnesota broadcast.
Yeah, and even they were complimentary of Holton. It was kind of cool to hear them talking about his MVPs that he won and all that. By the way, Shirley, can you give me a stat to consider real quick? Because Johnny Stats is doing his job once again. Johnny Robertson.
To consider.
He says in his 3 post-ECU game appearances, Holton Ahlers is 23 for 26, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, has 80 yards on 10 true rushes. He also says Holton has now thrown for 2,234 yards and 15 touchdowns since he threw his last interception week 6 at Tulane. So get hot, stay hot, Holton Ahlers. He has had a heck of a post-ECU career already, more than what he's been able to do. And it's what have you done for me lately, though, in the NFL. So he's got to get right back at it.
And that's the thing, people, it's a sport. People love watching it, but it is a multi-billion-dollar business. Each team's worth billions of dollars, and they want the best players and the best, product they can put on the field for the most part, unless you're the Commanders, and then you just, have to have it sold. So, sorry, Cliff.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, it's okay. But no, it's it's a billion-dollar business, and they bring in people. They want the best product. So if you're not performing, they're going to find somebody that will, and that's what these guys do. And they take it very seriously. It's a job, and they're very dedicated to their craft. It's Holton said it's just been it's a whirlwind, but he's in love with it. And the fans in Seattle, I think you could see that last night. They call themselves the 12s.
Yeah.
12th man. They have nobody on the team that wears the number 12. And the fans wear it. They retired that number, and it's up there in the rafters. I think number 12 is for the fans. And I think I don't know if it was sold out last night, but it was.
That was a good crowd.
Close.
Yeah.
Jack Power's dad was there. He does some business in Seattle and was sending me pictures. And I talked to him after the game, and he said he's never been in a stadium so loud. And that's the thing. It gets crazy loud in there. Excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah. Morgan, one more question. This is a good one. Jamie says, who gets the TD ball when a rookie quarterback throws it to a rookie receiver? Where's that ball? That's a good question.
I think the receiver probably ended up with the football, but I'm willing to bet you there's an NFL ball somewhere with Holton's name on it.
Yeah, there you go.